So in 60 days, I grew this YouTube channel from pretty much zero to over 10,000 subscribers, making it the most trending channel in the entire sales niche on YouTube. And I also grew this YouTube channel from around 5,000 subscribers to now over 35,000 subscribers in just 90 days, generating over 1 million long-form views, making it also one of the most trending, most successful channels in the AI niche, one of the most competitive niches on YouTube and most in-demand niches on YouTube right now. And it's not only these channels as well. We've done this for many other channels in many different niches. Like, we've got the most trending, fastest growing channel in the Facebook ads niche, which you can look up. It's Sam Palero. We've got one of the most successful channels in the landing pages niche. We've got the most successful channel in the lead generation niche on YouTube, which is a huge niche. And like, there's many more. Point is, we're able to take channels from a point where they're at complete zero and failing, like either they're at complete zero, then they don't even have YouTube, or they have YouTube and they're completely failing, to a point where they are the most successful channels in their entire niches. And we're able to do this for one core reason, which is really simple to understand, and that's what I'm going to be breaking down in this video. So first, let's actually take a look at the channels, because it's very apparent when we stepped in, and you'll see the difference that this makes. So this was their videos beforehand. You can see the titles and thumbnails. They suck, and this was why they were getting 0 views. The views that they were getting were from external traffic sources, like embedding on their website, sending to their email list, whatever. But they weren't getting any traction from YouTube, and you know, you could accurately guess that's the case by looking at their title and thumbnail. First video that we make for them, over 200,000 views. That's not luck. And that's all organically from YouTube, no paid ads, no external traffic sources. And this video not only got over 200,000 views and was a big part of why they grew from 0 to 10,000 subscribers, but it is also why they were able to close a $45,000 deal, as well as many other deals, but that's one key deal that stands out because that's a big deal size, within the first 60 days. So deals of $45,000 usually take a lot longer to close, but this one was done within the first 60 days from one single video, because he spent so long watching that video, and then he would have watched some of the other videos as well and build even more trust. And we have multiple videos that are on the way to 100,000 views, like this one and this one. They will hit 100,000 views within the next few weeks or whatever. And most of their videos get over 10,000 views. A couple of them get less, and that's typically because they're a lot more niche, right? The actual content, not solely the packaging, but the content of the video is a lot more niche and targeted, which serves the purpose in actually converting viewers, and you know, so it's a different purpose. Point is, they're very successful, and they are loving YouTube right now. And then we've got this channel here in the AI niche, and this was the first video that we made for them. So before, they were getting a couple thousand views, whatever. We remade some of their packaging because their thumbnails absolutely sucked, but we didn't ideate these concepts and we didn't work on these videos. We joined them at this point. This was the first video that we produced completely end-to-end for them, from idea all the way to upload, and it got over 300,000 views from the first video, when previously they were averaging like 1,000 or 2,000 views. That isn't luck either. And multiple other videos since that are successful to the same extent, like this one. And this one, 300,000 views, 200,000 views. This one's getting like 2,000 views a day, and the curve looks absolutely exponential. So I'd imagine in a few months' time, this is at 300K and then 400K, etc. And they are generating thousands of leads per video. Like, for this video, generated over 2,000 leads in the first 14 days, and now it's probably like doubled or tripled in view count. This video here has a I can't even remember the stats, but it had like a 40% like opt-in conversion rate or something like that, from people who click the link to actually like giving their information. And I believe it was thousands of people that also opted into that one and became a lead. And yeah, like we've seen this across others. A lot of these other videos we didn't ideate too, like this one, we never ideate this. This is like a super niche video, hence why it got like barely any views compared to the others. And like same with this one. So most of the videos really where they haven't succeeded as much, it's been because it was a video that they wanted to do, which was for a valid purpose, but that's why the view number doesn't look as sexy. But yeah, like the videos that we've worked on, they have absolutely popped off. And the reason why we are able to do this is, you have to understand this concept first. So YouTube is inherently a winner-take-all platform. When a viewer goes to YouTube to transact and spend their attention, they transact their attention with one video only in a single given instance. And so when you are presented with 10 other videos on the YouTube home feed, only one of those videos gets clicked on, and that attention gets spent with that video. The rest lose, right? They lose that attention, and that attention is gone now. Sure, there will be more opportunities to capture attention in the future, but attention is finite, and they have just lost attention. And so YouTube is a zero-sum game. in a single given instance, there is one winner and the rest are losers, right? If somebody gets attention, everybody else just lost that piece of attention, whether it's on YouTube homepage, whether it's on YouTube search. And so in a given niche, the person who is the channel that is going to become the most successful in that niche over the long term is the person who can win that zero-sum game the most and most consistently. And the zero-sum game doesn't just refer to getting clicked on, it also refers to actually then satisfying the viewer the most consistently at the content level so that they stick around with your videos and they continue watching your channel instead of losing trust with you and then spending their attention with a competitor instead. But that whole zero-sum game, like, you need to win that the most consistently in your niche. And to do that, you can't rely off a one-off viral hit, because anybody can get a one-off viral hit and, you know, they might think they're a YouTube genius after getting it. But to replicate that over and over and over again, really consistently, and have banger after banger after banger. Sure, there's going to be videos that don't perform as well. That's part of the YouTube game. But to do that really consistently, you can't rely on luck. Like, you need to have a system, and you need to have the best YouTube system in your entire niche. And that is the core reason as to why my clients succeed at such an astoundingly consistent rate, because we're able to apply the YouTube system that I have built over the past few years of producing over 1,000 YouTube videos and doing hundreds of hours of YouTube research every single week. That is like actually how much YouTube research we do, not even talking about how much time we spend on the execution. Like, when we take that YouTube system that we've built and we apply it to a new client who previously was not succeeding and had no experience with YouTube and didn't know how to make a good YouTube video, and the results reflected that, and we apply that YouTube system to their channel, that's why they're able to go from the point of complete failure, or be at complete zero, to literally being the most successful channel in their niche. Because nobody else in our niche can compete with the YouTube system we have. No other YouTube channel, no other YouTube agency, nobody can compete. And that is why we win. And so if you want to actually win over the long term with your channel and dominate your niche, right? Literally dominate, not just all these terms that people throw around and like, yeah, dominate your niche. Like, I mean, actually take the vast majority of the attention in your niche, or at least be on your way to doing that and taking your competitors' lunch money who have been doing YouTube for 10 years and you're just absolutely running them over. If you want to do that, you need the best YouTube system, right? Obviously, doing that is easier said than done. I'll give you some actionable value now, but it is a difficult feat to do. But when I'm talking to you about YouTube system, I'm talking about the process of having a repeatable process that your videos go through from idea to upload and everything else in between, which the main part being execution of that idea. And yeah, having that process in place, and having the best YouTube system being having the best process in place to do that, that produces the best results and does everything most correctly, right? And so for ideas, you know, you need to make sure you've got a really good system for generating ideas, which isn't using AI to come up with your ideas. It's having a really good YouTube strategy and YouTube research system in order to understand what a good video idea looks like in your niche and what the best video idea looks like in your niche. And then when you've got those video ideas, okay, they have huge potential to succeed, but then how do you actually execute on them in the way that will maximize the likelihood of them fulfilling on that potential to succeed? That's a different question. And so you need to understand what is the best execution system for your particular niche. And the best system isn't universal across YouTube, right? The best YouTube system in your niche might not be super good editing that has loads of visuals flying around so that you retain the viewer's attention, and then you're also using a bunch of retention tactics like curiosity gaps to keep the viewer engaged through your video so they don't click off, and you've got like a really high production setup. That might not be the best YouTube system for your niche. It certainly is for some niches, typically more B2C or entertainment, so entertainment niches, or B2C relating to like drop shipping or business opportunities like social media marketing agencies or AI agencies, right? Because you're typically targeting a less mature demographic that it might be of a younger audience, younger age, and you know, they're just typically a less mature demographic. But then if you're targeting B2B, or you're targeting more sophisticated audiences, this is a lot more typical in educational niches. You know, they probably don't want that. Like, they want education, and having all these effects flying around in the editing isn't going to help educate them. It's going to distract them from the core message that you're delivering. But maybe having visuals that are intentional to help explain your points and visualize the value you are delivering better so they better understand it, that's something that would be valuable for them. And this could be either done through actually having these visuals animated or through just screen recording yourself on a Miro board, right? That's why Miro boards are so popular in the educational niche, because they also, aside from that, breed that authenticity that people consuming educational content sometimes, want in their videos, right? That's why raw videos have done well. But that's besides the point. Point is, you need to understand your target market and understand what they want and what are the best videos for them. Because I guarantee your competitors on YouTube are not doing this at all. And so, yeah, you need to really reverse engineer, like, what is the best YouTube system for your target market, and then, of course, build that, which is the part that I currently give in this video, because that's a whole other beast, like hiring the right people, how you manage them, the actual hard systems that you use in terms of like with the software and the workflows and all that stuff. If you just want the best YouTube system, then work with us. Like, you can go to my website, viewstoclients.com. You can see the results. I'm yet to add more to here. This is a new website, so bear with, but you can watch the video. Here's some of the case studies. Here's some of the results that you can expect, and also understand how the system actually works. And then if you go through this process and you actually qualify for our system, then we can install that into your business, completely done for you. So yeah, like, check that out if you're interested in that. We'll just make sure you have the best YouTube system in your niche, like we have done for all these different channels that we've worked with. There's many, many more. Like I say, you'll see it on my website, you'll see it on my Twitter and my social media, my LinkedIn, if you scroll on those platforms, my YouTube. And yeah, we'll just eliminate all points of failure for you, right? Because we do it for you, completely done for you. And yeah, like, your competitors will not have that. We're in a really beautiful spot right now on YouTube, especially in educational niches, where most people in your niche likely also suck at YouTube. And so if you can cross over that barrier and make sure you have an elite YouTube system, it becomes very easy to have that best system and just completely wipe the floor with all of your all of your market, all your competitors, and take majority market share. Like, that is partly why we're able to grow these channels so fast, like in an astoundingly fast rate, from a position where they're completely failing or at zero to literally being the biggest channels in their niches in a matter of months a lot of times, right? It's because we're coming in, we're installing our system, and straight away it is 100, 1,000 times better than all the other YouTube systems in that niche. Some niches are harder than others, sure, like the AI niche, for example, like, definitely more competitive. Some people in there who have a good YouTube system, but at the end of the day, it just doesn't compare to the system that we have. So yeah, anyway, this video is made to explain the point that, like, this is what you need to win. Like, this is really the core thing that you need if you want to succeed over the long term, because you can apply all these tactics and watch all these YouTube growth videos that'll, might help you get your like one-off viral hit. But like, you just need to build an actual system to do this repeatedly, and doing so is difficult, but it's what's going to separate winners from losers.